Hello BookTube, hello friends, welcome to Lizziefaye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth, and in this video I'd like to share with you another decade of the Caldecott Medal winning books. I will be showing you the books from the year 2000 to 2009. My daughter Emily and I read these during the month of May, and I went back a couple of days ago and asked her what her favorites were from each of the groups, and then ultimately what her favorite one was overall, and I will share that with you at the end. But as we go along, I will try to kind of share with you a little bit about each book and what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, and I don't really know a lot about each book. I didn't do an in-depth study on each one, but this has been a really fun project. We have done all of the winners from the beginning up through this group, and I have a playlist here on my channel if you are interested in seeing my thoughts on all of the Caldecott winners, and I hope that you have enjoyed this series if you have kept up. So the winner from 2000 was published in 1999. This is Joseph Had a Little Overcoat by Sims Tabak. I really enjoyed this one. I like this mixed media style of art, and this one even had some little peekaboo pages as it went along, and I thought it was really sweet. Really cute, and basically it's a story of Joseph and how he had a coat, and as it would begin to wear, it would get cut down into something smaller that he could still use and wear, and it just went like that. So I thought it was a lot of fun. I won't go all the way to the end and give you spoilers, but I thought it was a delightful little book. The next one we both really enjoyed, So You Want to Be President. This is by Judith St. George and David Small. These are drawn in caricatures of each of the U.S. presidents up until that time. So it stops with Bill Clinton because this was published in the year 2000, so it does not include George W. Bush. But this was just a really fun look at all the different U.S. presidents and some of the things that they did, and just all about them, and it was just really fun, very colorful, and we both enjoyed it. I would love to see an updated version of this that would include all of the presidents from 2000 up to the present. You know, unfortunately, due to the nature of this book, it's outdated every 4 years, but still, it was a lot of fun. The next one was a reimagining of The Three Little Pigs. This was really cute. It's by David Weisner. It is the story of the Three Little Pigs, but kind of with a different ending. And they sort of get mixed up in some different stories, and it's just really cute. David Weisner's imagination is just, you know, very imaginative. We both enjoyed this one. It was very colorful and a lot of fun. The next one was really cute. My Friend Rabbit by Eric Roman. This was just adorable. This little rabbit and mouse and their adventures. And unfortunately, Rabbit just seems to make messes and create problems no matter what he tries to do. And the little mouse sometimes gets worried about, you know, what is going to happen next when Rabbit is involved. It was just a really cute little book, and the illustrations were adorable. I mentioned in the previous video that this decade also had a book about someone on a high wire. I think this one was based on a true story of a man who walked a high wire between the Twin Towers in New York City. Now, this was published after the towers fell, but it does mention that at the end that, you know, the towers are no more. But this is a story that took place when the towers were still quite unfinished, and apparently a man had a dream of walking between the two buildings way up in the air, and apparently he did it. I should have looked it up to see if it really did happen, but the story was very interesting, and you know, gave me a little bit of anxiety, but still it was a very interesting story and very well illustrated. I was editing and realized that I don't think I ever said the name of the book or the author or an illustrator. This is The Man Who Walked Between the Towers by Mordecai Gernstein. And I did look this up and found several videos. This really did happen. It was a Frenchman, a young man, and wow, what a story. And they have made a movie about it too. So I'll try to remember to leave links for a couple of the videos that I watched regarding this actual event in history in 1974. The next one was really cute. This was all done in black and white. This is Kitten's First Full Moon by Kevin Hinckus. Of course, Kevin Hinckus is a very famous children's author and has quite a few other very popular books. This one was really sweet. It was about a kitten who wanted a bowl of milk, and he saw the moon and decided that was a bowl of milk, and made every effort that it could to try to get to it. And spoiler alert, eventually the owner did give the kitten an actual bowl of milk, so it was happy. But it was just a delightful little story. We're a cat family here, and we love cats, so Emily did enjoy this one. This one was really sweet. The Hello Goodbye Window. This one was by Norton Juster and Chris Rashka. You might recognize Norton Juster from the Phantom Toll Booth fame. Anyway, this was a really sweet story about this kid visiting their grandparents, and you know, every time they would come and go from the house, they would look back at the window where the grandparents would be either saying hello or goodbye. And when the child would visit their grandparents, they could look out that wonderful window and see all of the things going on outside. So it was a delightful little story. I believe this is done maybe in watercolors, and it's a little more of a impressionist kind of art style, I believe, and very nice. David Weisner had two in this decade. This one is called Flotsam. This was about a child who found a camera on the beach and had the pictures developed. And it was just kind of a look through history at all of the hands that this waterproof camera had been through, and all of the pictures that it had taken back through the years. And it was a very delightful story and very nicely illustrated. This one was a little more realistic than some of David Weisner's other books. I enjoyed it a lot, and I think Emily did too. The next one was a chunker, The Invention of Hugo Cabret by Brian Selznick. I thought maybe Emily might pick this, but I think she didn't pick it mainly because it was so long. She did sit through it very well, though. She rarely ever tried to get up while I was in the middle of reading a more lengthy text section. I don't know if she really understood the story. We talked about it a little bit. I looked up the automaton that you know, was kind of what the story was based on, and showed that to her. It was very interesting. This was my second time reading this one. It's beautifully illustrated. I believe these are probably pencil drawings. I don't know if they're pencil or charcoal, and there are a lot of illustrations in this book. Probably more illustrations than there are pages with words, but there would be sections where there would be several pages to read without any illustrations. And so, like I said, Emily sat through those very well. She seemed to be attentive. And then as we went through each page, we talked about what was happening on each page. Sometimes we didn't spend a lot of time, you know, dwelling on each individual picture. Probably not as much time as it deserved, but still, it was a very interesting book. It was definitely historical, based, I believe, on real people, and it was very interesting. If you've never read it, I would recommend it. And the last one, the winner from 2009, The House in the Night by Susan Marie Swanson, pictures by Beth Crombs, I'm not sure. This was very striking. I do really enjoy this style of neutral, you know, black, white, and gray with one color as an accent color. Honestly, though, the story was not very memorable. And when I was going back through these with Emily to get her favorites, we actually reread this one because, as you'll see in the end, where it fell in her list of favorites sort of sparked me to realize that we needed to read this again because I did not remember it. She may have remembered more of it than I did, or perhaps she liked it for the same reason that I did, because of the striking artwork design. But it was a very nice book. It was done in a style like where one thing builds on another, that builds on another, kind of like This Is the House That Jack Built, that kind of a thing. And it was delightful and a very, very striking artwork. Very definitely deserving of the Caldecott Medal. So now let's go to Emily's favorites, and I'll be back in a minute to sign off. Okay, it's time to show you Emily's favorites. This was the first group I showed her, the winners from 2000, 2001, and 2002, and she picked the one in the middle, So You Want to Be President. I wasn't really shocked because whenever I had these stacked up, ready to do my wrap-up video, she came in wanting to pull some out of the stack, and this was one of the first ones that she picked up to look at again. And I don't know if she was just drawn to the caricatures or the bright colors or what. I kind of thought she might pick the Three Pigs, but she didn't. She picked So You Want to Be President. Okay, the next group are the winners from 2003, 2004, 2005, and out of this group, she picked Kitten's First Full Moon. So, you know, who knows what is going through her head, because I said she probably picked the last one because of the bright colors, but Kitten's First Full Moon is just black and white. But we are definitely a cat family. We love cats, and she loves cats, so that could be why she picked this one. It was definitely a really cute story, so Kitten's First Full Moon was her favorite from this group. And the last group, I showed her 2006 through 2009, and she picked The House in the Night, 2009. And to me, that story was not even memorable. After she picked it, I went back and read it to her again because I couldn't even really remember it. However, the art is very striking. I do really like the black and white with one color as an accent, and perhaps she likes that too. So that was what she picked, The House in the Night by Susan Marie Swanson. I had almost kind of forgotten which one she picked as her favorite overall. These were the choices from each group, and we did this actually a couple of days ago, and I didn't write it down, but as I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure she picked The House in the Night as her favorite, and I think I kind of questioned her, and that's why we reread it. But, you know, it is very striking artwork, and so I'm not going to argue with her choice. If that's her choice, after going back to reread it, it was actually a very nice story, and we did enjoy it. So, yeah, if her favorite is The House in the Night, then who am I to argue? So those are the 10 winners of the Caldecott Medal from 2000 to 2009. Here they are again for one more glance. Do you have any favorites? Are there any that you've read before? Are there any that you want to read now that I have shown them to you? Are there any that you read, for some of you younger folks, are there any that you read when you were younger, or are there any that you read to your children or grandchildren? Let me know in the comments what you thought, and if you have any favorites from this decade. So, now we've looked at them all, I think this is probably my favorite. That mixed media style, I really adore. I loved the sort of recycling aspect of the story, and I thought it was really sweet. So let's chat in the comments about all the things related to these books, and I hope to see you later in another video. I thank you so much for watching. Please check out the rest of the playlist and see all of the other Caldecott winners. And that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.